Yay, I'm live. Hi, it's Alyssa, and you have found Supercalifragilistic. This is now my favorite day, you guys, because I get to chat with you. It's no stress. I get my drink of the week. This is like my time, my me time. This week I am doing, my husband actually made me just your standard margarita, just raising a glass, little belated Cinco de Mayo. It was a pretty sad Cinco de Mayo, but I did find ways to celebrate. I got together with one of my neighbors, socially distant, in front of our house, and she set up like a table, and we had chips and guacamole and margaritas, and it was the best, I think one of the best Cinco de Mayos I have ever had. Yeah. Can you watch something? Yeah, as long as it's not too loud.
Mommy!
Yeah, what? I'm live right now. Oh, you want me to watch it? Can you wait until, it's gonna be a couple hours, babe. What is this? She's watching Barbie Life in the Dream House. Is that what you're watching? And she is in love with it. So we're just like in a Barbie marathon state of mind right now. Okay, you guys, no one's here yet. So I think what I'm gonna do, gonna adjust this. I'm gonna test my sound, and then Raleigh, really quick, if it's very quick, I will watch it, and then I'm live right now. So for those of you that are new to my channel, I have two kids. My daughter is 4 and my son is 7, and so things are very busy here at my house. Just a minute, babe.
Bye for mommy.
You're saying bye for mommy? Okay, all right, sound is working. All good. All right, you guys, hang on just 1 second. Take my margarita with me. You gotta enjoy this hour while I wait for people to get here. Okay, come on, really quick, really quick. What do you want me to see? Really quick, because I'll have sound issues if they can't hear me. What?
It's one little packet and it turned into
A mansion? Wow, Raleigh, that's inconceivable.
It's a
Quote
dream
the
house.
Princess Bride.
It's a dream house.
It's a Barbie dream house in a suitcase. Oh my gosh, you guys, Barbie is so much fun, but the expectations are beyond unrealistic, so. Oh well, sorry baby. I don't think we're gonna end up in a mansion in Malibu, but you never know, never say never. Okay, so this week, I have so many fun things to share with you guys, 2 parts. One is I'm going to talk a lot about celiac disease and being gluten-free because it happens to be, wait, I know we've had a lot of, oh no, that's a police, today it's a police helicopter, but we've had a lot of military helicopters going a few times a day, I think, with supplies and things where we must be right on their path. Anyway, so I was just pausing for that. So I'm going to be talking a lot about celiac because I found out it's Celiac Awareness Month, and I don't think a lot of people are talking about it, but my daughter was recently diagnosed with celiac disease, and I think it's so great to spread awareness about the disease because a lot of people are living with it. A lot of people are living with it without even knowing it. They say like 1 in every 145-ish people in America is living with celiac disease and they don't even know it, completely undiagnosed. So I think it is a great thing to spread awareness. And I honestly knew nothing about celiac disease. I didn't even know it was a thing until we got the call from my daughter's doctors that her blood work came back and that she tested positive for it. So yeah, I'll be sharing a lot about that. Oh, can you put that in the trash can, please? She's getting really sassy now that she's been watching Barbie. She's getting a little, I think, who's your favorite character? Is it Skipper or Chelsea? Shh, she's concentrating, so I need to be quiet. Okay. Anyways, I'll be talking about that. I also attempted a gluten-free souffle pancake. I found this video in the middle of the night a few days ago of a flour souffle pancake, and it was gorgeous and fluffy, and I was like, I have to try it gluten-free. I'm going to premiere that vlog. It's the whole process from start to finish. at 4:30. So if you can stick around, stay with me and we'll watch that live together. I don't think anyone's here yet, so I'll just probably repeat that a few times as people like stumble into this live chat. Anyway, so I'll be doing that today, and if you're watching the playback, I will definitely put a link. I can't figure out which side, but there will be a link to that video so you can check it out and see for yourself if I was successful. It was no small feat. I actually had to do it twice because the first time I had some issues with ratios. I was doubling the recipe and I got a few of my ratios wrong. I was also converting from grams to cups. So yeah, it was a learning curve and I had a lot of fun, and I can't wait to share that video with you guys. And then finally, I'm so excited because my husband and I were talking about Mother's Day today, and we came up with our Mother's Day plan, and I'm so excited about it. I don't know when I've been more excited about a Mother's Day that I have planned. So I'll share that with you. I'll share our plans with you. And yeah, that's like a recap. A 6-minute, no, I was interacting with my daughter too, but like, you know, kind of what we'll be talking about over the next hour. So grab your margarita and let's hang out and, I don't know, do this live video thing. I am thinking maybe I should change the time because I'm not getting a lot of traffic this time of day. So if you're coming to the playback and you're like, you know, I'm in another part of the world and it would be a lot easier if you did it at this time, because I think right now for a lot of my viewers, like I have viewers in different places, mostly America, but some other places it might be the middle of the night for you. So yeah, if you're coming by and you want to be a part of the live chat, I'm really open to the time right now because as you can see, I'm not getting like a ton of people live. So I'm really getting more people watching during the playback. So definitely, you know, chime in on the comments and I'll try to accommodate your schedule because the more the merrier. This is a really fun, bright part of my week. These videos have really been helping me get through quarantine because I'm really struggling with it. And as I'm sure so many people are, it's been very disruptive. My son is doing homeschool and now it's looking like he might be doing that for a while, so that's discouraging. My daughter was in preschool and that's ended indefinitely. She's going to kindergarten next year. So we're just, we're enjoying our time as a family for sure, but at the same time, kind of waiting and watching and seeing that this is going to be quite a recovery process, just getting things like up and running here in Los Angeles again. There have been some silver linings this week, so we can talk about that. Our mayor, Eric Garcetti, just put on his Twitter feed a couple days ago, or was it yesterday? I feel like it was yesterday. My husband, I don't know if you can see him, that's his laptop, but he's sitting back there working. He posted that they're opening all, except Runyon Canyon, because it's too populated, all the hiking trails and all the golf courses on Saturday. So just in time for Mother's Day, people are going to be able to get out and be active outside. You do have to wear masks, so that's something to adjust to. We're all going to be in masks this weekend. And you do still need to practice social distancing. So that's where we're at here in Los Angeles. Things have gotten pretty bad here, so there's been quite a response and a lot of people in quarantine and, you know, like it was, thank you, Domino. Thank you. Was there dogs or she barks at the television when there's animals on the TV. It's cute, but also really loud and annoying. So if you hear that, that's what's happening. Anyways, here, I'm gonna do less talking and more drinking as I wait for people to come hang out. Hopefully we get some people this week. I don't know, we'll see. I'm still trying to figure out how to get the word out. So if you have any ideas, let me know. Or if you're like, hey, this is a better time to do it. Oh, that's me. I have a reminder. Okay, cool. So Runyon Canyon is a hike that's really popular. So that is closed. And also I heard they're closing Griffith Park on Sunday because that's Mother's Day. So they're just trying to keep people from doing big gatherings or a lot of people all in the same place at the same time. So hopefully my friend Kate and I, we're really hoping they open up the beaches soon. that's been like a really big debate because it's getting really nice. Like right now I have the window open. I'm kind of sweating because it's so nice out. It's such a beach day. And I think we're all getting restless to be at the beach, and it's in the open air and the ocean is huge, so it doesn't really feel too dangerous. But because we're in the city here, I think they still feel the crowds would be too large. So hopefully the beaches open up soon because it's almost summertime. So I'm gonna get into this. And so Celiac Awareness Month. It's May, and this is my first May knowing celiac disease even existed. My daughter was diagnosed in August of last year, so August 2019. It was really hard. It was one of those things where it was just kind of like, what now? Because if you don't know me or my daughter or my family, so in the summer of 2018, she was diagnosed with type 1 diabetes. So fast forward a year later and we find out about celiac disease. In a way, I'm glad they were separate. A lot of people find out about them at the same time, which I could only imagine how hard that would be. So in a way it was nice because we had completely adjusted to her diabetes treatment, and we proved to ourselves that we could make that adjustment and still live like very full, active, fun lives. So, but it was also really hard because what kid doesn't love cake and pizza and bread? And so that was just like, what is happening? We found a lot of really fun, yummy foods that my daughter loves that are gluten-free. She's really been great about it. I think sometimes when you're younger, it's so much better because you can adjust to something and it becomes just so normal to you, where it might be hard for, say, an adult that has been a lifelong bread eater or, loves certain things, and then they're like, I can't have that anymore. That would be a real struggle. But she's been amazing. She's doing really great with it, and really enjoying a lot of things that she can have. And fortunately, we live in a time where there's tons of gluten-free options. In fact, one of the reasons that I'm so bananas about Disneyland, I just love them so much, is they also have gluten-free bread that is completely celiac safe. So when I say celiac friendly or safe, it's because there's different levels of gluten intolerance. So there's people with a gluten allergy and they can't have gluten. However, if they get like a trace invisible amount of gluten contamination, they're probably going to be fine. But for those of you that know celiac disease, and for those of you that don't, I was going to say people with celiac know this, but people that don't really always understand this. If you get any contamination of flour, so if your bread is gluten-free, but it's baked in an oven where gluten bread was baked, if you have celiac disease, you cannot have it. So a good example of this that someone shared with us is, if you have a gluten allergy and you're at a restaurant and your salad comes out and it has croutons on it, you can just pick off your croutons. If you have celiac disease, you need a new salad. You can't have lettuce that was even touched by gluten. So it's very serious, and that's why I think awareness about celiac is so important, because it can be a disease that can really be harmful to your system. I don't know all of the medical side of it because I'm still learning, but basically when you get gluten, your small intestines attacks itself, so it can lead to some serious medical conditions and complications. In our case, we caught it so early because my daughter was tested for it. She was 3 when we found out. She had just turned 4. So at most, she maybe had it for a year. So when you have type 1 diabetes, you get tested for celiac every year because celiac actually affects your diabetes treatment. So I was not getting any sleep because she was like really high one moment and then like crashing low the next. And I see someone's here, and I've just been going on and on. So if you're here and you want to say hi, say hi. I do have the chat open. I can see it. In the meantime, I'll just go ahead and move forward. Some people love to chat. I love to chat. But if you'd rather just listen, that's totally cool too. Hi, welcome. Thank you for coming back. I feel like you're one of the people earlier on I was saying, is there a time that works better for you? Because you're in Turkey, I believe, and so I'm guessing the time difference is not great. I don't know if there's a time that would be better. If there is, send me a message. I know it's really hard. I'm having a hard time communicating with my subscribers. If any of you are not YouTubers, even if you're a YouTuber, sometimes the only place I can communicate with you is like by making a comment on one of your videos. So like a lot of people don't have a community tab anymore. I do, but it's kind of limited. So like I can post something and then you guys can comment. And I don't know if you can also like post something on my community tab, but definitely feel free to reach out. If I seem like I'm not reaching out, it's just because I'm having a really hard time finding my subscribers and communicating with you. YouTube had a lot of privacy issues, so they really rolled back all of the social media aspects that say we have like on Instagram. For example, if you have Instagram, I'm on Instagram at supercalilistic, you can send me a message, I'll get it instantly. So I find it really great to communicate on Instagram. So if you guys are like, oh, I'm having a hard time like telling you that this is a good time for, me to watch your live video or whatever, just feel free to reach out on one of those other social media platforms. I'm also on Twitter. It's just at Alyssa Price. Can't attend these live videos when the Ramadan is over. Actually, this 2-3 weeks is special. Okay, I understand, no worries. So if you need to bounce out, thanks for coming by. I don't know when Ramadan starts. I do have it on one of my calendars, so I did see it ending, I think. But I don't know the exact date. But I did notice that on my calendar. So totally understand. I'll be happy to have you back when Ramadan is over. But I feel like, isn't it like 2 in the morning? So anyways, if it's better, I used to do this in the morning, but it is a little tricky because my son has school, but I am willing to work it out if like a few people are, not a lot of people are interacting right now. So, I'm like going to read all of my comments. I try to read all of my comments and respond to all of my comments. And if people find my community tab, I'll really make a point of like commenting back. So yeah, I mean, hopefully this grows. It's definitely been growing. It's slowly but surely, but thankfully I've been working at it. I am getting more views and I'm getting more watch hours. So I'm very encouraged that I will be able to grow this channel. Someone else is here. Hi. But of course, you are a mom and lots of things to do with your kids. Yes, it's true. However, I am trying to really finally, my kids aren't babies anymore, so I can finally put a little more into this. And we're also here quarantined, so I can dedicate more time to being regular on this and also editing my videos in time. So far it's working. I do wonder when things start to go back, we start to have schedules and we have to drive around town. I really hope I can keep this up. That is why I don't vlog every day. So my schedule now is I definitely post a video every Tuesday and I do a live video every Thursday. So we can really just catch up in real time. You don't have to wait for me to edit something. You can talk to me, tell me what's going on. And so those are my 2 days of the week. However, I have been trying to post more regularly. So you guys, because I have now started following YouTubers and I get it. Like if someone is posting every day, they're really like prominent in my head and I'm like, oh, what are they doing? What are they up to? Even if I can't watch every video, I kind of get a feeling of like, I get what's going on for them and where they're at. And it's nice to get that check-in. But when people are on a weekly schedule, it's amazing how so much information comes at us that you can kind of forget, oh, what happened? I'll like be like, what happened to this person? Why haven't I seen a video in a long time? And then I look at their page and it's just, they're on a weekly schedule and it just, time is a strange thing. And our brains, if you're not like prominently in someone's mind, we have a lot of information to sift through, especially right now. So anyways, welcome and thank you for coming by. And if you do have a preferred time, just once Ramadan is over, just leave a comment. And I'm wondering why I don't, oh, this is the wrong, I'm looking at the wrong comments box here. And why can't I see? Okay, sorry. I'm just going to make sure I can see your comments. Okay, cool. Awesome. Cool. Oh, guys, it is really beach weather. Oh, and lately there's this thing happening here called bioluminescence, and I'm sure you guys have heard of this. It's also known as red tide. I personally have never seen it, but my friends have been sending me pictures. We might try to just drive and see it tonight. It's really beautiful. It's like the waves are just glowing blue, and I don't know if it's more prominent this year because, you know, the environment seems to really be healing and being replenished by the inactivity. So that's like one of the small silver linings. The air quality is amazing. We can see the stars again. Animals are, I think like the pigeons might be having a hard time with no like scraps, but other than that, I think the animals are probably pretty happy. I haven't been seeing my hummingbirds at my hummingbird feeder because I think they're maybe getting more hummingbird food. Everyone's home and probably filling their feeders and not like wrapped up in their, you know, busy day to day. So anyways, so I was saying before, it's Celiac Awareness Month, and what I did is I made a playlist of all my videos that are celiac related. So what happened is when my daughter was diagnosed, a few months afterwards, I started feeling ready to start making videos again. And some of my first videos back were about like adjusting to being completely gluten-free. So our kitchen is almost completely gluten-free. We have like one basket of gluten stuff on the very bottom of our pantry shelf, and then we have like one little shelf in our refrigerator on the bottom that has gluten items, very few, and then in the freezer we keep like the bottom freezer drawer has some gluten-free items that my husband and I might enjoy from time to time, and then we still have beer because, you know, we don't have celiac, so far that's not been a problem. My daughter's, you know, turning 5 this summer. She's good. Not jealous at all. So when she's a teenager, we might have to have a conversation. But no, she's been great about it. She's really taking it on. Like if she finds out, like she was eating some dried pears, and pears should not have gluten, right? But then I read the label and it said it was made in a facility that processes wheat. And so I was like, oh wait, Raleigh, those aren't safe for you to eat. Those could have gluten on them. And she just like handed them over to me and just understood and didn't even question it, you know? So so she's really got it, and that's been really helpful. Is it hard to find gluten-free items? No. So we're in a part of the US here in Los Angeles where there's actually a lot of gluten-free stuff. I find our gluten-free products at a combination of Target, Ralph's, and Trader Joe's. Those are my 3 spots. They all have different things, and I kind of mix it up between the 3. Where you have to be careful, and this is crazy, where you have to be careful is the trendy, expensive supermarkets like Whole Foods, because, and this has happened to me, where they label it gluten-free all across the front to sell it because it's a fad right now, and then you look at the ingredients and it says may contain wheat. So she can't, that means it's made in a facility that processes wheat, and so it might have wheat and it's not safe for celiac. So that's something that's a real concern for people with celiac disease, is the labels can be really misleading. Or like, you know, our neighbors bought her these like power bars that said gluten-free, and then when I looked really close and on the fine print, they had wheat. And I had to tell them, like, I'm so sorry, but these actually are not safe for her. So people they'll be trying to help and they'll be trying to get something really good for her, and then they just maybe don't know how to look for the ingredients that would be harmful. And it's basically wheat. You're just looking for wheat disclaimers. And they will be there, like where you see like contains milk, soy, eggs, any allergens will be listed, which is really nice. So I just look for the fine print, and if it says wheat, it's a no-go. And the strangest things have wheat. Oh, that's a big comment. So this is so evil in our country. Also, they use this trick. They say "esser mixtarda," which means just a little contains. Yeah. So this is my personal theory. I think those products where we are should be, I just don't understand the language, but I think it's similar. Instead of those products being called gluten-free, I think they should be called flourless. because that is more like the bakeries. If you call the bakery and I say, is your cake gluten-free? They'll say it's flourless, but we use a facility where we bake gluten. So then they're basically saying it's not gluten-free, but it's flourless, like meaning they don't use wheat flour. So I think those products should say flourless, and then they should only say gluten-free as if they're 100% celiac safe gluten-free. So that's my solve. I don't know if that'll happen anytime soon or if ever, because for whatever reason, people really love the feeling of not eating gluten. And so it's become very, very popular. So then people are gonna slap that gluten-free label on there whenever they can to try to sell it, right? So, but it's okay. Like, we've definitely gotten used to it, and I just try to always double check. And you know, if we're planning to go to a restaurant, I just have to talk to whoever prepares the food and like really understand. A lot of kitchens are just like a no-go. There's just a lot of restaurants that we just won't even order food for my daughter because it's a gluten kitchen, and it's just gluten everywhere. But there's some restaurants that are really aware of the disease. So for example, our favorite, and I've been posting videos, so you're probably like, why do you love In-N-Out so much? So In-N-Out is aware of celiac disease, and it's the one fast food we can still enjoy as a family. My kids don't even eat hamburgers, you guys. They like refuse to try them because they've never tried them before. So my kids eat the fries and the shakes. But see, a lot of restaurants, wherever they make their fries, they make also maybe like fish sticks or chicken nuggets or something with gluten. So she can't have those fries. So even though the fries are potatoes only and completely gluten-free, she can't get fries from, say, McDonald's. But In-N-Out has dedicated fryers, and they only cook potatoes. So their fries are completely gluten-free. In-N-Out is the best burger. Yes, it is. And we were talking about this the other night because my husband is from Pennsylvania, where wait, you said you didn't have a fat burger, right? Growing up, you didn't have fat burger? Well, in Virginia, when we go, there's a fat burger in that's like the popular chain on the East Coast. And so I've tried it, and I've tried In-N-Out, and I might be biased because I grew up with In-N-Out. In-N-Out became a thing when I was like a teenager. That's when it really started to explode, and there were multiple chains. But anyways, so I might be biased being from California, but he's had both, and he really likes In-N-Out. Are there any other chains that you think are better than In-N-Out for a burger? Yeah, he's like, no. Yeah, it's the best. It's the best. It's so good. Don't listen. If anyone says anything otherwise, you can tell them to come see me. Anyway, so it's great because if I say, you know, we have celiac disease, or my daughter has celiac disease, they will say my husband gets a hamburger with a bun, and the bun is the only thing that has gluten at the whole restaurant. They will put his hamburger in a separate bag so it doesn't touch her fries or anything that she's eating. So it's really great, and that's why you might be like, wow, this girl is really into In-N-Out, or this lady, but yeah, now you know why. And also, I think my Disneyland obsession, hi Vanessa, it's okay, I'm just so glad you made it. We're talking about Celiac Awareness Month. I found out that May is Celiac Awareness Month, so I'm trying to do my part and spread awareness. And I was just about to say, one of the reasons I've fallen in love with Disneyland is not only is Raleigh like the perfect age. Oh, he said, I also heard Five Guys is a thing, but I don't know US market that well. Yeah, so a lot of people do videos where it's like Five Guys versus In-N-Out, but to me it's not a contest at all. Like, Five Guys is fine, it's your like average good hamburger, but In-N-Out's special. That's just me. And also they use a Thousand Island dressing on their hamburgers, which kind of gives them like a unique flavor. However, my husband does not do the dressing, and he likes his hamburger with like tomato and onion only, and he loves In-N-Out, so I don't know. Anyways, so I was saying that one of the reasons I love Disneyland right now and why I'm so Disneyland crazy is it is the first year we got a pass, and it is true that my daughter is 4 going on 5, so she's like the perfect age to just have so much fun with all of the different things that we do there. But also, you guys, they're so great with special needs, so of any kind. I remember the day where I saw the bathroom. So there's a bathroom by the entrance of the park. Guys, they have needle drops. Like there's not many places I go in public where I could, if I needed to, drop my, throw away my daughter's needles safely. So if you know about needles at all, hopefully you don't, you can't just throw them away because they're biohazard, right? Because they've gone inside and touched your blood or whatever. So we actually have to collect our needles and take them to a needling recycling place here near our house. So usually what I do is I carry my needles, and to be honest, I've never used the needle drop at Disneyland, but I was just like, wow, that's something I would have never noticed. It's just this little box by the bathroom. I think they're by the entrance, like the entrance to Disneyland and the entrance to Disney California Adventure. But like my heart just went so big when they take into account the safety of their guests, but also the people that maybe need to throw out their needles or whatever and be safe and not have to carry them around. So it's just like a convenience thing that I thought was really cool. And then I was at Disney California Adventure with my mom, and we were at breakfast, and I found out, you guys, they have completely celiac safe menus. So a lot of the restaurants, you can say you have an allergy, and they bring you an allergy menu, and they will tell you if it's safe or not. So they actually have a bakery that bakes gluten-free bread, and it's individually wrapped, so it doesn't touch anything else until it comes to you at your table. So honestly, the bread's, Raleigh's over there, the bread's like, gluten-free bread's like not great, but it felt so good to me because up until that point, I thought I had to pack my daughter a whole day's worth of food and carry it with me. But then when I found out there were items that she could safely eat, it just like, it was huge for me. Anyways, so hopefully in the future we see more and more and more of that. Like, I would love to see gluten-free beignets. I don't know if you guys know the Mickey beignets, but they're so good. They sell them at New Orleans Square and downtown Disney. I think they sell them probably at all the other Disney parks. They're so yummy. They're like basically a fluffy donut with Mickey ears. And it was one of my personal favorites, and now I don't do them anymore because we're gluten-free, and I try to really be gluten-free with Raleigh because I don't want her to see something and not know why she can't eat it. So I've become gluten-free, which actually I feel I've never felt healthier, so it's working out for me. But anyways, so I'm hoping that someday we see a gluten-free Mickey beignets. That would be so cool. So this week, now that I'm talking about all this gluten-free baking madness, this week I tried gluten-free souffle pancakes. Let me tell you, I'm pretty sure I was in over my head. So what I'm gonna do is at 4:30, I'm sharing the vlog of this process, and I did post the recipe for anyone that wants to try it. If anyone's ever like whipped egg whites, that's the most challenging part, to really get your eggs stiff before they start to be overly whipped, like they start to get grainy. So I really think I wimped out and I didn't get them as whipped and stiff as I could have, but I got them pretty fluffy. So my pancakes were fine. Like one was noticeably fluffy, and then the other one was like, basically, I think I piled on too much batter and it kind of like fell over, but they were really good. I cooked them all the way through, which turns out that's very important too. You don't want to be eating raw egg. The first round, I tried it first. The video starts on Sunday when I'm trying it, and like I'm messing up so many things. I was like, forget this. And I tried again yesterday, and I'm glad I did because I definitely had more success yesterday. They were still like not nearly as attractive as the video I originally watched in the middle of the night last week, and like was like, oh my gosh, these are amazing. So I think I have like a little more practice that I need to do, but they were good, and I think they passed like on an amateur level. So I'm gonna be watching that at 4:30. So if you guys wanna watch the premiere of me like trying to figure out this recipe, if you've never seen a souffle pancake, yeah, it's pretty amazing. It's kind of like what I was doing last week with the Dalgona coffee. Clearly, like we've been in quarantine for too long that fluffy food is like the most exciting thing right now in my life. Actually, scratch that. The most exciting thing is the thing I want to talk about before I end this video, which is Knott's Berry Farm has opened up their chicken to go and their marketplace. So we're gonna head over there for Mother's Day. We're gonna do it on Saturdays so I can share the video with you on Mother's Day on Sunday. I am so excited because I don't think she's here right now, but Gaga is in town tomorrow. She's coming to visit us for the weekend. I'm so excited. She's gonna come with us. So my mom, Gaga, took us to Knott's Berry Farm as kids, and she loves Knott's Berry Farm. So I think she's like really excited that I'm really into Knott's Berry Farm because she's like, it's finally come full circle. I feel like when I was a teenager around that time, I was kind of like, I'm too cool for this. Like, whatever, cowboys and mining town, you know, and jam. But now that I'm a mom and I'm like so into all of this, I think she's like, yay, finally I have someone to go enjoy Knott's Berry Farm with me again. So we're gonna take the kids and we're just gonna, all you can do, there's two options. You can do drive up, or like where you just pick it up, or you can go to the counter and you order. So you need to have a mask and you have to stand 6 feet apart. They have little stickers on the ground. Everyone okay? I heard like a thud.
Oh yeah.
Like, nobody get hurt. I don't want to have to go to the doctor until this is over. Anyways, so I'm really excited about that. I don't think I've ever been excited at this level about a Mother's Day plan. And that brings me to the shout out of the week. This is why I kind of put off my shout out, because I wanted to get to our Mother's Day plans. Oh, and you might be saying, but Alyssa, it's not celiac friendly. It is, there's the only thing I think that is gluten-free at Knott's Berry Farm at their chicken to go. I'm forgetting, it's just like Knott's chicken to go. I don't know exactly the official term. I should. I've been like reading about it. I'm so excited about it. I found out about it, I think Tuesday. They opened up on Wednesday. I kind of wish I would have been there for the first day, because a handful of YouTubers I've really been enjoying following. They were all there, and then they went like across the street in a parking lot and just like enjoyed their food together and were vlogging together, and it was just so joyful and so celebratory that they were finally out and got to do something at one of the amusement parks, that it just like, I was laughing out loud, I was smiling, I was almost crying. I was so excited to watch all of them enjoy this outing that I was like, oh my gosh, I could have been there. Because like, here's the thing, I think most people are doing pickup because they probably don't want to go stand in line right now, and they just want to pick it up and get it to their homes before it gets cold. So I think most people are using the drive up option, but they all walked in, and I don't know, I have so many fond memories of being with my family at Knott's Berry Farm, so I'm just so excited about this Mother's Day plan. And my shout out are the people that did go on the first day and vlog. I usually do one shout out for one channel, but this week I'm just going to shout out all of them, and for doing this, and it just brought me so much joy today, because I feel like it's a sign that things are opening up. I think it's going to be a long haul, you guys. I do think it's going to take time. I think that we are probably going to have to wear masks for a while. I think we are going to have to do the social distancing and stand 6 feet apart. I don't know if there's going to be character interactions. I think they're going to be standing at a distance from people. So all of that like really makes my heart break. But at the same time, I'd rather be able to finally get out and start to see people and to see all of them celebrating and being together, even if just a simple like having fried chicken in a parking lot. It was so beautiful. So anyways, the channels are Best Life and Beyond, The Daily Woo, Fresh Baked, Theme Park Obsession, and then there was also someone else there from Theme Park Access, and I was not able to tag his channel, so I put the link to his channel. And then I also wanted to give a shout out to Justin Scared. He does Random Lands, I think is what he calls his productions, and they're so great. And I did notice that he was not there, and I happen to know, I don't know him personally, but I have been like kind of researching the YouTubers that I've enjoyed watching, and I happen to know that he does have celiac disease. So my heart went out to him, because he might have been like, I can't eat anything from that restaurant, so maybe that's not my first vlog out at the park. However, I did miss him. I feel like maybe he debated it, I don't know, or maybe he's just like, I'm not even gonna go there because I can't eat the food. But we're gonna go. My plan is to bring gluten-free bread for the kids, to get the jam. I have to confirm that the jam is gluten-free. I'm guessing it is. The only reason it wouldn't be is if they manufacture it in a kitchen where there might be trace gluten, you know, like on the countertop or whatever. So I'll have to figure that out. But I'm pretty sure wherever they make the jam, I'm sure they only manufacture the jam because it's such a huge production at this point. So we'll get some of the jam, put the jam on the bread for the kids. They don't even eat chicken at this point. My kids are so picky. So like anything that looks like different to them, they're like, ooh, no. So we'll eat the chicken and not feel guilty about it because they're not even gonna ask about it. And if they do, I'll make chicken at home and be glad that they're eating chicken finally. And then I was gonna get, looked like they had boysenberry sarsaparilla. I didn't know how to spell it. It actually has an R in there. So anyway, sarsaparilla, I always say sarsaparilla. That looked delicious, and I'm sure that's gluten-free. It's just root beer with boysenberry flavoring. So I'm so excited about it. As you can see, I'm like, ah! Anyways, Vanessa was here. I think she must have had to bow out because she probably has work to do. I know that a lot of people are getting really busy. There's so many Zooms and things to do, but things are opening up here in California. Last week I shared with you guys that we got messages from our dentist office that they must be opening up and taking appointments. Florida just announced today, not Florida, but Walt Disney World announced that they are officially opening some shops and restaurants on May 20th. I might have to get me a ticket to Florida. I don't even know if we can fly to Florida, but I feel like maybe we could. So should I talk my husband into that? That sounds so fun. I'm just like, why not? Field trip to Florida. Honestly, I don't think it's gonna be long before some of the shops and restaurants at downtown Disney open. They were the last to close, and I think they're gonna be the first to open. Usually it's really only locals that go there. I don't think people are gonna be traveling in just to go into a Disney shop. I mean, we'll see. So hopefully they're able to open that up sooner rather than later. I know it's gonna be a long time for concert venues and amusement parks. I get that because I think they are phased. So Florida has 3 phases of opening up. Here in California, we have 4. And phase 4 is amusement parks, concert venues, where like large numbers of people are gathering. But I think if Shanghai and Florida are successful at the reopenings and they can show that they do it safely, I really could see that happening. I think here in Southern California, so many of us are ready. We feel safe. We really just want to be able to enjoy some of these attractions again and get out and be together and be joyful. And so I don't know, maybe it's summer coming on, maybe it's that I'm being optimistic, but I feel like as much as this is going to be a long transition, I think sooner rather than later we'll be able to enjoy some of these things. So fingers crossed. I'm very excited to share Knott's Berry Farm, even if it's just to the marketplace and the chicken to go window. I can't wait to share that with you guys and share it with my family and my mom. And thank you to everyone that's been watching the playback. The people that came to chat this week, it's been a little slow, so I don't know, like I guess I'll wait. I usually go until 4:30, so I guess I'll sit here and drink my margarita, and if anyone wants to come by and say hi, I'll hang out. Let me look at my notes and make sure I covered everything I wanted to share with you guys. If you're wondering why I always like talk with my hands, it's because I'm actually a former dancer, so I really express myself through movement. I'm really challenged when it comes to my voice and articulating how I'm feeling and getting that across. I did train as an actor, but not until I was in college, so it was a little bit harder for me with voice and acting because, like you know, if you don't start something as a child, you can do it. I did it, but I started dancing when I was 5, so movement and expressing myself through my body is something I feel very comfortable doing. It's like second nature to me. I don't even have to think about it. So if you're ever wondering why I'm like sign languaging to you instead of just talking to you with my teeth and my lips and my voice and my stomach and my diaphragm, it's because I'm doing my best, you guys. And you know what? My daughter was watching this adorable cartoon recently, And it was Doc McStuffins. And honestly, I would never watch Doc McStuffins. I love me some animation, like Star Butterfly, like versus the Forces of Evil, or I love, what's that one, the Little Witch Academy or whatever. Like, I love me some animation. However, Doc McStuffins just isn't one that I would ever click on, but she was obsessed with it for like a week. And I was listening in the background, and there was this cute little animal, and he was in the hospital because he had to do a speech as the city's mayor, and he had a speech impediment. And he felt like if he didn't fix his speech impediment, he couldn't be the mayor. But that was like his heart's desire to lead, and he was a good leader, and he had some really good things to say. And Doc McStuffins said, there's nothing wrong with you. You're not broken. That's how you talk. And you can go out there and know that what you have to say is so important. It doesn't matter how you say it. People are going to want to listen to you. And that was, I think like I was supposed to hear that, because I tend to hear my voice and then be like, no one's going to want to listen to this, Alyssa. It's grating. You know, it doesn't sound good, whatever. And so then I like edit out like everything almost that's my voice. And it's hard. It's hard to listen to your own voice when you feel like it's kind of something you feel vulnerable about. But when I heard that, I was like, I don't even have a speech impediment. Like, so I'm a California girl that's still trying to figure out diction, but I have a lot of things I want to share with you guys, and I have a lot of things to say and that I care about. So I think so many of us that vlog or whatever, I think if we really focus on our message and what we care about and what's important about what we're saying, we don't have to worry as much about how we say it. I think all of that's important. Obviously, there is such a thing as performance quality and likability and all of that. Like, I'm not gonna like, say something that's untrue. However, I think that message really was like meant for me, because in that moment I gave myself a lot of grace, and I was just like, yes, Alyssa, love yourself, love your voice, let go, be you. It's a lot more challenging. If any of you have ever turned on a camera, it's so much more challenging than it looks. So anyways, I wasn't even planning on talking about that, but since I think people are only really going to be watching the playback, that is my share. For any of you that are finding this after the fact, I hope it speaks to you. I hope you enjoy it. I hope it frees your voice and your body. Yes, to being free. It's a hard thing to feel sometimes when you're in quarantine. Quarantine can really make you feel suspicious and angry and bored and like so many different emotions.
Goodbye now.
Is it time to say goodbye?
It's because... Yeah.
This is my daughter Raleigh.
Because I really want to show you this video.
Oh my goodness. Barbie Spy Squad Recreation. I can't wait. I love Barbie Spy Squad.
But
I am
kids having the dolls and copying the movie.
Oh, got it. So it's like kids doing the voices with dolls and acting out the movie. That sounds so fun, Raleigh. Okay, I am going to transition. I am going to be watching along at 4:30 today, so if you just happen to catch this.
Okay, bye!
Wait. She's so eager. She's like, bye. I do think this is a good time to say goodbye, so good timing, Raleigh. My kids do come in from time to time because we're all home right now, and that's okay. I'm a mom. That's part of my super Cali life. I think I went over everything.
Okay, now.
Okay. Thanks so much for watching. If you like this, give it a thumbs up. If you're new to our channel, please subscribe and tap the bell. We can't wait to see you again. Bye.